Hi, I'm Wendy, and today I'm going to talk about how to break bad news well. We've all experienced this. We've all had to probably receive and also break bad news to others. So there are ways that you can do it with sensitivity that can make the process a little bit easier for everyone all round. So, delivering bad news is a challenging task, and it does require empathy, clarity and some sensitivity. So here are some tips for you. Obviously, the first thing is to choose the right setting. Find a quiet and private space to deliver this bad news, difficult news, and to have that very private one-on-one conversation. This is obviously not something that should be delivered, with a group of people or an audience. Finding a quiet space, a comfortable space, a private space will create a comfortable environment for the other person to process that news without feeling rushed or embarrassed. Prepare yourself. So, you do need to spend some time thinking about how you are going to deliver this news. So gather your thoughts and rehearse what you want to say. This will help you remain calm and composed during this conversation. I think it's very important to be direct and honest. You should not beat around the bush and, delay giving the news. You need to state the bad news very clearly and directly using simple, straightforward, clear language. Be honest and upfront from the very beginning because that will establish trust and it will prevent any misunderstanding or confusion as well. Obviously, it goes without saying that you should show empathy and compassion. So acknowledge the other person's emotions and show that you care about how they're feeling. Use phrases like, I understand this is difficult for you. You may not want to use phrases like, oh, I understand or I can relate to this, because everyone's perception and experience of difficult, bad situations is different. But you can certainly say, I'm here to support you. Another tip is to use a softened introduction. If it is particularly bad news, this will help prepare the other person to receive it. For example, you might like to say, I have something important to discuss that might be very difficult to hear. So it's sort of giving a bit of a soft lead in rather than coming in with some very perhaps brutal and dramatic and very, very hard language. So you might like to try that sort of softer introduction. Give the other person time to react, time to process the news, time to express their feelings and emotions. Give them the space to ask questions because they may very well have lots of questions to ask, and you should be ready for that and prepared to answer them. And allow them to share their thoughts without you interrupting all the time. Listen actively. I've talked about listening actively before. It's very important to tune in to what they're saying and to clarify and to summarize if you need to. So that shows that you're valuing their perspective, that you are showing that you've got the time for them. Offer information and options. So perhaps this is a conversation that they may be asking for, where am I going from this point onwards? So you might be able to be very helpful and useful by offering them information and some alternative options for them to pursue. This will empower them certainly to move forward. Avoid any blame or speculation. It's not the time for that immediate moment of breaking bad news. There may be time later down the track to look into things and to investigate, but at that moment, it's not the time for, blaming others or scapegoating or speculating at that point. Obviously, expressing your support for the person, letting them know that you're there to offer support and assistance in any way that you can, and not leaving it at that, following up afterwards as well. This is, really vitally important, showing that, you're genuine, that you care, that you're there to support them, because it's not just, just delivering that bad news. There may be ramifications down the track that people will often need support, not just at that moment, but in some weeks or even months to come. So look, remember, breaking bad news is never easy. It's not a fun experience for anybody, but sometimes it's something that we do have to do. But how you approach that will greatly impact on how the person receives it, how they process the bad information, and what they do next. And also, their relationship with you and how that pans out next as well. So prioritize their emotions, offer your understanding and support, and maintain a respectful and caring demeanour throughout the whole encounter. I wish you luck with that.